So it's time for a what the fuck Friday, I guess. Um, I've seen a lot of you guys sharing this article on Facebook. It's got a little benefit card in the top corner, and then a picture of like awesome looking New York strip and ribeye steaks or whatever it is, and I don't know, some new law, no seafood, no steak, and no beer for welfare and food stamp recipients. And so a lot of you have pointed out, and you are absolutely correct, those of you who have pointed out, that you cannot buy beer with food stamps. Now, people have come back with, well, you used to be able to. Yes, you used to also be able to rape your sister. We're just gonna go right past that. Actually, no, we're not. You used to be able to buy beer with food stamps. They were paper food stamps. I'm assuming because I know people who 10 years ago were on food stamps when they lost their job because the factory that they worked in closed and shipped all of the jobs out to China, and they went to work at Walmart. Or some other shitty ass company like Kmart or Stop and Shop or the A&P, whatever. They were working at minimum wage, and for some reason, when you work 40 hours a week at minimum wage, you can't afford to feed yourself and put a roof over your head. So they ended up on food stamps. That's a whole nother fucking topic. But they were never able to buy beer. And here's the thing. I checked with a friend of mine who works for social services, and talk about a thankless fucking job. Wow. Oh my God. You guys. Wow. But as a single, let's say single guy, living on the streets, no home, no rent, no health insurance, nothing to speak of. That's actually a bonus for me. I'm not broke. I'm even. You have to pay fucking car insurance and registration and rent and heat and all that other stuff. I'm a homeless guy living on the streets. I'm not broke. Like I said, I'm fucking even. $143 a month is the food stamp benefit for a guy like me. Now, what that means is that the United States government has determined that based on the cost analysis or whatever it is that they do to make up these numbers, I should be able to feed myself breakfast, lunch, and dinner for less than $5 a day. I'm not really sure how that works. I mean, I could get ramen noodles, but the problem is where do I cook them? I don't have a fucking house. I don't have a hot plate. I'm going to stand over a fucking sewer and cook my ramen noodles. I don't get it. So, now, on the flip side, are there people who are abusing the system? Absolutely. Absolutely. People abuse things simply because they can. There are bad cops. There are priests who are pedophiles. There are crooked politicians. And there are people who are abusing the food stamp system. It's $143. If I go out, when my food stamps come on, I don't know, the first, the third, I don't know when they, I go out and I buy lobster and steak and 25-year-old fucking aged cheddar at $16.99 a pound. I blow my $143 load to eat good for, I don't know, one night, 2 nights. I don't know, maybe I got a chick, it's like that movie with the dogs and the spaghetti thing, Lady and the Tramp, whatever. For the rest of the fucking month, I'm dumpster diving. Right? It's not like the government is just keeps giving me money, keeps giving me food. So I have a choice. It's to spend all of that money on lobster, as this article that we're talking about. That's why I'm doing this. It's an article that's being passed around. You guys are doing this. You're passing around this fucking article. So Here's the thing. $143 a month to feed a human being. Doesn't really seem reasonable. But that's what you get from the government. So now people are going to come back at me and say, well, what about those hardworking people who work 40 hours a week and can't afford to buy steak and lobster? You're right. I missed getting on food stamps by $2. $2 fucking dollars. Maybe we should stop thinking about or talking about or being angry about the person who's on food stamps, who obviously makes less than your already paupered ass, who missed getting on food stamps by $2, and start talking about why you as a hardworking 40-hour-a-week American need food stamps. Stop letting the conservative right, or whoever, I don't care if it's the liberal left or the conservative right, stop letting politicians and Facebook articles and stuff paint a picture of some illegal alien sitting in your, geez, sorry, that said battery. I gotta go charge my battery. Stop letting them paint a picture of some illegal alien sitting in a mansion with 10 kids, feeding them on their government handout food stamps, and cackling as they open the windows and let all the heat pour out. Stop letting them paint that picture, and at the same time paint the picture of you huddled next to some little tiny fireplace burning your junk mail with a tattered American flag over your shoulders. Stop letting them paint that picture and make you mad at that person. Start asking questions like, why is it that I work so goddamn hard, 40 hours a week, and somehow still can't afford rent, food, heat, and health care? I really don't know how else to, I'm trying to wake you up. And I've gotten through to a couple of you. I love you guys, by the way. I love all of you. But, those of you who are like, holy shit, you just blew my mind. Stop letting these people distract you from the reality. And the reality is people are making billions and billions of dollars selling you lettuce that is now $1.49 a head. And the reason it's $1.49 a head is because 6 years ago or 7 years ago, 10 years ago, when the price of gas went up to almost $5 a gallon, the price of the head of lettuce went from 49 cents or 99 cents to $1.49. With much apologies. We continue to try to provide you the freshest products, but because of transportation and fuel prices, and the price of fuel has gone back down to where it was 10 years ago, $2.39, $2.30, I think it's $2.29 down the street. But the price of lettuce hasn't gone down. The price of a gallon of milk hasn't gone back down. The price of nothing has gone down. If anything, it's gone up. And I think, just maybe, if you guys put down the Kardashians and put down Lamar Odom and stopped worrying about who did what and who's taking steroids in football and who punched somebody's wife and still gets to, and who's fighting a dog, and maybe just focused a little bit on actually fixing your country, I think you'd be surprised at what it is that you guys are capable of doing. Now, there's going to be those out there, they're taking religion out of the classroom. Yeah, guess what? Religion's out. We're not teaching Judaism. We're not teaching fucking Islam. We're not teaching Christianity. We're not doing that. You want to teach that shit in your class? Go to a fucking religious school. Just do it. You don't get to claim that there's a war on Christianity, when the reality is that it's your war on Christianity that you claim is because, you lost the right to have your fucking big giant Bible in our fucking politics. There's a reason that there's a separation of church and state. You should not be able to use your Bible to influence whether or not I can get gay married, my wife can have an abortion, etc. But you have. And you're so used to it that now that it's being taken away from you, you feel victimized. Well, you're not a victim. You were the oppressor. And now you're being pushed back a little bit. You're being told, hey, listen, no, you don't get to hang your 10 commandments on the courthouse wall. You don't. Because those are your 10 commandments. What if we hung the codes of the Native Americans on the courthouse wall? Bill O'Reilly would have a fucking heart attack on national TV. What if we hung the Torah on the courthouse wall? Seriously. So, instead of being distracted by the argument, start paying attention to where the argument came from. And stop spreading these stupid fucking benefit, filet mignon articles that are not true.